Pete Leblanc,
This is Ryan McGrath,
and we're AWOL.
and you're on Drinking at Moe's.
This is Drinkin at Moe's, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's all so mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at Moe's, where we don't quit. Drinkin at Moe's, that's where it's at, like a power bomb. We hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, know it's a scream.
You know, I've always said here at Drinkinatmos, just because it says drinking at Moe's does not mean it has to be alcoholic. So I'm happy to say Drinking at Moe's is sponsored by Prince Nana Coffee. The, the exact same guy you see every week on Dynamite, on Collision. Yes, he has his own coffee and it's freaking delicious. They don't even roast those beans until you've placed your order. And you might be telling me, hey, Big Mo, I'm more of a tea guy. They got you covered there too. Use the referral link in the description of this video. And let's get you dancing like Prince Nana with Prince Nana Coffee. All right, everybody, welcome Drinking and Mo's. Big Mo here. You know the drill by now. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff, because YouTube's algorithm is a pain in the ass. Don't forget about the audio platforms. I'm excited to have with me today team out of the Maritimes in Canada. And, me being the fan of tag team wrestling that I am, I'm excited about this one. AWOL, how y'all doing?
We're good. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. I mean, yeah, I had a little bit of a long day, so I deserve this one. So I'm drinking, but hey, I'm doing good. I've I've got some good stuff coming up. My we're getting close to my son is now 9 months old, so we're getting close to the year mark. So I,
Congrats. Congratulations.
I'm excited. Yeah, no, it's weird thinking my son was actually born Christmas Eve. So like this won't technically be his first Christmas, but we're celebrating it like it is, which I guess technically it would be his first outside of the hospital. So it counts.
Yeah.
So before I go on too big of a tangent, because Lord knows when I start talking about my son, I sure can do that. Um, First thing I like to start off with everybody with when they first come on is what got you started as a fan, and then what got you making the leap into the business.
Well, I started watching wrestling with my godfather when I was going over to his place, and then I just fell in love with it. Then started buying like DVDs at like Walmart, started to watch that. I remember my first WrestleMania was that I watched on DVD was Cena and Rock.
Oh,
Uh, it's one that Cena won. I can't remember the number of WrestleMania that was, but I think it was 29 maybe.
uh, I'm forgetting the exact number myself because I'm trying to remember the first one that I watched myself. But good lord, it was I can't even remember. It was a while ago. But
Yeah, then I fell in love with wrestling, and I met this guy along the way. We became best friends afterwards when we both had a wrestling shirt, and then we just started talking about wrestling and started to go to shows in the Maritime. And then one day we were helping out, tearing down the ring and all that. Then our trainer John Orion was like, "Hey, I'm the one that's training the Maritime Academy." And I was like, "Okay, well." So went in there, and then the rest is history.
How about you?
My first wrestling experience was actually watching a local show. I went to the Moncton Lions Club to watch IHW, Innovative Hybrid Wrestling, and ever since then, I was kind of just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Started watching it like weekly when it was on TV, watching it with my dad, and just casually just watching it. Then, like I said, met along with this guy, just watching local shows, watching pay-per-views all the time. And like you said, met with John Ryan, told us he had a school, trained with him, and like I said, the rest is history.
Nice. Yeah, I know for me when it comes to independent wrestling, I got my start kind of late. Like I was in the Navy in San Diego, California. And the only reason I can remember around the time is because when I went to basic training for the military, I was actually there over my 25th birthday. Talk about the worst birthday ever. But I remember I was 25 and I was in San Diego and I just Googled pro wrestling in San Diego and then show popped up and now I'm friends with some of the people that are now trainers at the promotion. So it's kind of full circle moment there and I've had most of them on by this point. But you brought up your first WrestleMania that you watched on DVD. Do you remember the first one that you ever watched like live as it was happening? I remember mine, but I was curious about yours.
First one live. It was probably Money in the Bank. I think it was 15.
Mm.
I think either 15 or 14.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember for me, it was actually WrestleMania 20 was the first ever pay-per-view I ever watched live as it was happening.
Mhm.
And it's a shame that my favorite match from that show we can't really it's kind of I guess taboo to talk about one of the guys in the match, but
Yeah.
eh, whatever. It's still a talk about adult language. It's still a fucking great match. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
It was it was one of those where I was like, I remember telling myself, "Oh my, they're taking a little too long to try to, one guy's out of the ring. Oh, they're taking too long. Oh, the guy's gonna." And then the way it ended, I'm like, okay, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Mhm.
But the first one that you watch live as it's happening, it's one of those that, regardless of everybody talks about this WrestleMania or that WrestleMania being like the greatest one ever. That first one that you watch live as it's happening, regardless, holds a special place to whoever, regardless of what number it was.
Mhm.
So, with you guys, you mentioned a little bit about, when getting into the business, you guys got drawn together, meeting and going to training. How is it coming together as far as, when actually becoming a team together? I'm curious about the origin stories that way because you hear about how teams like the Dudley Boys or Public Enemy or even Edge and Christian, how they end up coming up together or they end up meeting at the performance center or whatever it might be. How did it come about, actually becoming a team for the both of you?
So we've been best friends for like a decade. So we met at school,
Yeah.
and we were just like, wrestling the trampoline like every kid used to do. And then eventually, like, that was our plan, was to get trained and be a tag team. Just one day we just decided like, hey, like we want to do this, and a tag team is the way to go.
Nice. And that's kind of the classic, I know Edge and Christian, for example, they came up a lot together. They knew each other for the
Mm,
longest time. And I mean, now kind of back together, at least for a little bit, anyways. So,
mm,
I mean, that's one thing I've definitely been enjoying about AEW right now, anyways. I know everybody has their company that they like to follow when it comes to the worldwide television stuff. Me, I'm like, put wrestling on in front of me, I'll watch,
mm.
and I'll probably find something in the show that I enjoy watching. But always been a fan of the tag team wrestling, and this might date myself a little bit, but I remember watching guys like the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors with the spiked shoulder pads and stuff, and I just
Yeah.
like me being the little kid that I was at the time. I think those two guys, as much as anybody, drew me in because it's like the music and the spiked shoulder pads and the face paint. I was just like, oh my god, those guys
Mm.
are awesome. Now, when becoming AWOL, how was that about choosing that? Because I know the first little bit of a wrestling career can always be a bit of a feeling out process. What's gonna stick, what isn't, what do you guys feel like is gonna be best for you guys? Because when the fans can sense that it's genuinely you and you're not just being like the promoter said, hey, you're gonna be this. The fans
Mm.
can sense it. How did it come about with the, at least as far as naming and the in-ring aspect of it for you guys?
So, like, ever since we started, like, wanting to be a tag team, we were going by a lot of names, like, like running into our heads. And then when we started training, we were just thinking of names because there was a couple of names that we wanted, but were already used somewhat, like, in the indie scenes and in, WWE, like in the past. And I was like, okay, well, we have to find a name that I don't think no one, like, no team has. Or then we just stumbled across AWOL, and we were like, okay. Then we started using like fake names. So, like, I was Alex Miller, he was Brian Navarro, and it's only been like maybe 2 months, 2 to 3 months, that we changed our names to our actual names, just because it brings the character more when it's really you.
Yeah,
And I can see a big difference now, like, as far as wrestling wise, like, as soon as I changed my name to my actual name, the crowd was just eating it up. So I
yeah.
was glad that I did that change.
And as far as tag team name goes, right now we're pretty confident in what we're doing as AWOL, but you never know. Everyone has a different journey in wrestling.
Yeah,
Everyone doesn't always start off as the same tag team name or the same singles name. You never know what can happen down the line, but for now, I really enjoy doing what we're doing as AWOL.
that's awesome. And I love with this show that even as close to now 400, yeah, 400, so many episodes that's escaping me sometimes, but dang near 400 episodes, I'm still learning about new places, new people. And when I came into uh getting introduced to, and we'll talk a little bit more about this promotion later, but when I first came introduced to Island Pro Wrestling, I I was getting introduced to something new still, which I love
Mhm.
it because I'm getting to learning something new is always a good thing. So when I'm getting to, discover new places, hey, I'm all about it. But, you know, like let's say before I even started the podcast, I probably wasn't as familiar as I am relatively now with the independent scene in Canada as a whole, but specifically the Maritimes, because I've been able to, through Island Pro Wrestling, learn about new places like you mentioned IHW, where I've seen some stuff for you guys. Now, I'm guessing you guys still do a lot of stuff there as well. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because you know just getting introduced to you guys, but IHW, what's going on there? Because much like some people that might end up listening to this episode, I'm learning about them, and I would love to continue learning more.
Hmm.
Like, as of late, we haven't been on many IHW shows, but that's also partially because in our last show we did with them, or our second to last show that we did with them, I dislocated my shoulder
Ooh,
and in front of my whole family.
oh, jeez.
Oh yeah. But like for like our first like couple appearances, like in our first year, we did a lot with IHW. It was a lot of fun. Um, the place we trained was run by the guys who run that promotion. It was a really fun experience all in all. Like a lot of people we knew, people we were meeting for the first time. Like it was a lot of fun there. Like really fun journey. Had doing some stuff with Logan Green, doing our first tag match there against the Samson brothers, and even wrestling Fantana. Like had a lot of great memories there, I'd say. But like most of our like appearances so far have been in North Pro Canadian wrestling.
So as far as most of your appearances, what do you guys got going on there? Because that's another place, you know, no offense to anybody there, I'm not as familiar with their product. What's going on there?
North Pro is like they hold more bar shows, like
Ooh,
like so you can go there and drink and enjoy wrestling, and it's been one hell of a journey so far. And I love North Pro. Um, and now they're evolving, teaming up with a company in Ontario, doing like cross branding kind of deal.
okay.
I can see North Pro being like a big promotion eventually. Just right now we're still in the like early stages, but
Okay.
so far it's been one hell of a journey.
That's awesome. Like I said, learning about new places. Now another place, uh XAW. Now another place I'm not as familiar with, but hey, like I've said, I sound like a broken record, but I
Hmm.
love learning about new places. Now, you guys mostly North Pro, but what do you guys got going there? Like, what's up with XAW?
So that is a promotion that is recently new. It's only been 2 years. This is gonna be our first time getting booked there. The owner of that wrestling company, we are in a faction with him at another company called Real Savage Pro Wrestling, and that's pretty much where we bonded. And then he wanted us on his show, so we accepted it. And
All
yeah, so
right.
I'm hoping it's gonna be a good crowd. I'm hoping everything goes good.
I'm just
Hey,
hoping I'm cleared.
hmm?
I'm just hoping I'm cleared.
All right. Now, mentioned how I got introduced to you guys from Island Pro Wrestling. I've done a couple of preview episodes for different shows there. Now, going through a bit of a new era, I guess, but just recently crowned a new heavyweight champion, which I saw that was pretty epic show. Well, crowned a couple new champions with the new PEI champion as well. And I guess technically, one of you guys actually could lay claim to making it 3 new champions, although I guess the decision got reversed on that.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah,
So,
gotta hate it when that happens. Like, oh man, celebrating, and then you
yeah,
son of a bitch.
the PI screw job, that's what I call it, the PI screw job.
Yep, that would be one way to put it. Funny enough, I've actually had that guy on before.
Damn you, August.
Yeah.
It's
I want a rematch, August. I want a rematch.
no heck, you can lay claim to having beat him, and the technicality asterisks, whatever the fuck. But man, when I saw that, because having had him on and trying to pay attention to things that happen for the different guests that I have on, I've been aware of the length of the title reign, and him record title reign, longest ever. So it's like, holy crap, seeing that, oh shit, that ended, but then reading a little further down, it's like, oh damn it.
Yeah.
But as far as getting that taste of the singles action, getting that little bit of an itch there to at least while as far as that injury there for your partner, getting that little bit of an itch to try to put those singles gold on.
I mean, like I'm fully capable of doing single wrestling, but my strong style is tag, so I'm still getting used to the singles kind of
Yeah.
taste to it. But so far it's been pretty good for like single stuff. Did my first triple threat like a week before the IPW show. It was a cool match. It was a little hectic, but I got through it. Then the match with August was pretty good. Just the ending would have been a little better if I would have held that championship.
Yeah.
You got
No,
to bring it home.
I can understand that, because yeah, the lineage of that title, and seeing all the people that have held that damn thing, and knowing that he's the one that's held on to it longer than all of them. I mean, it's a who's who of wrestling that have held that title. So to even lay claim that, hey, you technically are a holder of that title, that's something.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was an honor. When Justin and all them called me and was like, "So we need an opponent for August." I jumped in and I said yes.
Oh yeah,
So
I
I
was
mean that guy's.
yeah,
I was asleep during that.
But yeah, I mean, the dude is world traveled.
Mhm.
He's
Yep.
been all over Asia, all over Europe, Puerto Rico. That dude told me a story about Puerto Rico that I'm like, I've had very few moments in wrestling, even with the podcast and beyond, that like make my jaw drop. But when he told
Mhm.
me the story about Puerto Rico where he wore the shirt that said "Justice for Brody," I'm like, oh goddamn. I'm like, because Bruiser Brody, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. So when I knowing the history behind that and the fact that, oh goddamn, you, wow, like there are, when it comes to like real heels, like, yeah, you're wanting to sell merch, give the fans a good experience. There's not many heels that like take it to that level where they don't give a shit, basically. Like they like get the crowds like in a damn near riot. He he's definitely one of those. Yeah, he
Yeah.
he definitely don't give a shit, and he's proud of it. So when it comes to the future of IPW, I know a very unique promotion, like not just, oh god, words are hard right now, but when it comes to uniqueness in pro wrestling, it's kind of few and far between a lot. Hey,
Ricky Mortis.
how you doing?
Got Shadow Agency. Let's go.
But yeah, uniqueness in pro wrestling, kind of few and far between. But when you find it, it's awesome. IPW definitely one of those. Like, just from production and the presentation of it alone, like, I know I've been seeing pyro there. You don't see that a lot on the independent scene. You don't see
No.
pyro pretty much anywhere, except for like maybe the occasional like super show sort of thing. And then
Mhm.
like I know the shows I've been able to watch, like if you remember back to like the Lucha Underground shows, like I'm even getting like a Lucha Underground vibe with like the lighting and different stuff. So when it comes to the future of it for you guys there, I know there's you guys there for a team. There's, oh god, I know the first show that I got to watch there is, I'm trying to think, but I know I've seen guys in like, oh, I talked to Ricky Morris about the Ghostbusters gear and sort of
Oh,
stuff.
the dudes.
The dude's doing thing.
The
Dudes
dastardly
doing things,
dudes doing things.
which I imagine there's gonna be, tag team championships in the future. I know you guys would definitely be, eyeing that. We're rounding out the year here, you know, for the rest of the year. Beyond that, I know when your partner gets healed up and back into action, you guys got plans on, trying to really establish the tag team championships.
I mean, if there is IPW Tag Team Championships, we will try whatever we can to get them. Uh, just because there's no there's no better feeling than having a promoter go and say you guys are gonna go and beat a tag team champs. That means that they have faith in us, and it would be an honor to be like that kind of stable, like be like not like not like the best tag team, but like like the tag team that is champions, right? So like there's no
Yeah.
better feeling.
Oh yeah. No. When promotions, you know, that shows them having that confidence in you guys
Mhm.
that like they're wanting you guys to be the face of tag team wrestling for whatever promotion it is.
Yeah.
That goes the same for singles wrestling. They're wanting to put you as the face of that division, that promotion, if it's
Hmm.
the heavyweight title or whatever it might be. So to have that stamp of approval, I gotta imagine is one hell of a feeling.
Mm.
Now, I got two categories here that I'm gonna round stuff off with here. First one's a bit of a name game where I name off some people. You guys give me some quick thoughts on them, and I try to theme it towards the guests as much as possible. And being AWOL, being the tag team here, this is going to be a tag team name game. So all these are. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about you guys knowing who these guys are, because I've had that happen where I ended up having to worry about it. I don't think I got that here. So give you the name, first thoughts that pop into your head. First one, probably my second favorite tag team of all time. I almost got to meet one half of them once. The Dudley Boys.
One word.
I mean, it doesn't have to be one word. Just first thoughts that pop in your head when you think of the Dudley Boys.
Get the tables.
yeah.
I would probably say probably like Trailblazers, because they put the tag team division on, they're the ones that put the tag division up. Them, Edge and Christian and the Hardys, they're the reason that tag wrestling is so popular nowadays. So yeah, that will be my word for it.
Oh God. I remember watching, oh God, I've watched so many wrestling documentaries, but I remember one on ECW where they would talk about having to have security help them get to their car because they got the crowd going so bad that they wanted to like beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never had an instance like that, but like one that was very just close was an instance where back in IWW we were wrestling Star Child and Fantana, and we got the crowd so mad at us to the point that during intermission there was a group of at least 20 kids just heckling us, calling us cheaters and losers, and just heckling us for like I don't know how long. And as soon as one would go out to get another wrestler's autograph, another one would come in just to join in and just call us cheaters and losers and just heckle us the entire time. It got so bad where actually one of the security did say, "Okay, you guys should maybe go to the back." That's like the closest thing that's ever happened to that with us.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah. Oh God. I gotta admit though, when it comes to me being in the crowd or on commentary, the little bit I've been able to do, I'll admit I'm the type that it's my mission to make somebody crack. Like I'm not gonna. Well, I mean, yeah, I'll heckle a little bit, but most of the time it's to try to get somebody to laugh. Whether it's one of the wrestlers, the referee, ring announcer, photographer, somebody, like just to get somebody to have that little moment where they're like, oh God. Like I remember actually getting Mike Bennett one time. Like he admitted at the end of the show that I popped the hell out of him. But like in the middle of the match, I could see him in the moment after I did it because I just yelled out, "Adam!" Like Roderick Strong would do. I just yelled that out in the middle of the match, and he was in the corner, and you can just see him looking down like, yes. I'm like, yes. But when you brought up that made me think of that because like that, it's my mission every single show. I'm getting somebody to crack. I'll admit I take particular pride in the fact that I even got that to happen one time before a show even started, I made a photographer laugh so hard that I'm like, yes. All right, on to the next one. I gravitate a lot towards intense personas, and I'll admit, yeah, there's a particular side of me that does enjoy, kind of an old school feel to certain personas. These guys definitely have that. FTR.
Classic.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's definitely a good one.
Their style is just it's classic tag team wrestling. They do it so well, and it makes it so enjoyable to watch.
Oh yeah.
I
And
would
then
say probably underrated.
yeah,
That would be the word. They're underrated.
oh yeah. I can definitely see that now because I I like to think that we're getting to see a new kind of a new side that Stokely Hathaway is kind of bringing out of them right now.
Mm.
I mean, I'm Stokely Hathaway. He's funny as hell.
Oh yeah.
There's
He's
a saying that he says that that we repeat constantly in this house.
okay.
I'm short, I'm bald, and I can't get any. I don't know if I can say that word on this.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean,
We just
I,
say that
I'm not.
constantly.
I'm not short. I am bald, and no, I never did. When in my single days, yeah, no, I never did.
It's
No.
just something we'll just like, especially me. I'll just blur it out of nowhere, and I'll just like go. I'll just be like, "I'm short, I'm bald, and I can't."
That is awesome. I I've got to watch them live a couple of times. I think both of them were for AEW. Now that I think about it, and one of them I was sitting like 2 rows behind the announce desk, so like I was right there. Come to think about it, all but I've only been to 3 AEW shows, and 2 out of the 3 I was like pretty damn close to. That 2 rows behind the announce desk, and there was one time I was third row, like a seat away from the entrance. And like that was the night of probably the one of the craziest wrestling moments that I've ever witnessed, but I'll go into that later. Next up, a team, we talked a little bit about them. They, had a little bit of the influence on people loving tag team wrestling. Edge and Christian.
Funny.
Entertaining.
Definitely both entertaining as hell, especially when you go back to those like, oh, for the benefits of those with flash photography, five
Yeah.
second poses. Dude, that was some stuff. And I remember actually getting to meet Edge on one occasion. And I'm a bit of a autograph hunter. Like I don't buy much, if anything, like already signed. I love taking it to somebody to get it signed. Like my whole top shelf of behind me here, all the wrestling figures I've gotten signed over the couple of years that I've been doing it. But with Edge, I remember taking, if you remember the cover of the DVD was, I forget what year, but it was Elimination Chamber and it looked like he was biting the cage. I have that signed and framed by him.
Okay. All right.
That's one of my prized ones. But yeah, no. And then Christian, I'd like to think as far as singles, a little underrated
Mhm.
because, you know, people kind of pigeonhole him into thinking more about him with the tag team, which I mean, Edge and Christian, the whole TLC and the feud with the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys and everything that they've done, you know, there's a good reason people think a lot about the both of them together and not really singles wise.
Mhm.
I mean, he is a two-time world heavyweight champion. Let's not forget that.
That we can't forget about that because that is true. Although, oh god, it's true. Now I'm thinking about Kurt Angle. It is true. It's true. The damn, and then the whole thing that they did with the signs where they were showing like, oh, dude, he's like pointing up and like, oh, I
Yeah,
suck, and oh god. See the random tangents I get on in this show. Random
great.
stuff bringing up random freaking memories. All right. Last but not least, these guys have definitely proven that you don't have to be a fully contracted WWE guy to make money in pro wrestling. You can do it on the indies. These guys proved it for the longest time. The Young Bucks.
Okay.
Like I know for me right now, I'm kind of getting a kick out of this whole thing about them having, air quotes, lost their EVP titles, and now they're like I remember seeing them being referred to as Rod and Todd Flanders and
Oh
stuff
yeah.
like that. I'm like, oh, dude, that is
Yeah.
hilarious, and they're running
Uh,
with it. I'm loving it.
yeah, I would probably say like generational.
That's
Generation
good.
E.
Yeah,
Generation media.
I don't know. Like, just I remember one. Like the first time I ever seen them was in TNA when there
Mm.
were Matt and Nick Buck,
Ah, yeah.
and it was they were good. Then as soon as they went to the Indies, they just increased and they changed tag team wrestling for like a modern era.
Especially
Oh,
when
yeah.
the Bullet Club was hot. Like when the Bullet Club was hot, when it was Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Hangman, like when they were
Oh,
doing
yeah.
all like especially during that era, I
Mm.
think the Young Bucks were considered the tag team by like a lot of fans.
Oh, yeah. No, that would definitely be hard to find somebody that could not make that argument that, yeah, they were like the pinnacle of it at that point, for
Mhm.
sure. That was actually when I was more of a fan of them myself. When they, New Japan and Ring of Honor, that side of them. Although yeah, I'm kind of becoming a bit of a fan of them now because it's just funny. It's just funny
Yeah.
seeing this side of them. I don't know. All right. Now I got some random questions, some wrestling related, some not. Some have nothing to do with anything we talked about so far. So I give you the question, first answer that pops into your head. First one, craziest in match moment for the both of you.
Being pump handle slammed onto a ladder.
Yeah, that would fit.
Me is probably getting suplex on the ladder.
Yeah, that would definitely fit. I I've seen some crazy ladder match moments myself, like including the ladder being bridged between like the guardrail and the ring apron, and then somebody like on the ring apron looking down and then just with somebody on their back and just jumps and the ladder just folds.
With us, it was in the middle of the ring.
Oh,
It left it hurt. It
oh,
hurt.
oh,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Like I mentioned the crazy moment that I witnessed. Oh God. Like my back, it was in the middle of the ring, but my back to this day, every time I even talk about it, I kind of ha a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. But relatively recently, but earlier this year, you might remember there was that now I guess somewhat infamous Adam Copeland, uh, John Moxley street fight,
Oh, yep, yep.
the nail board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that show that I said I was third row right by the entrance? That was that show.
Oh.
That happened right
Oh.
in front of me.
Ouch.
Like I could literally see the individual trickles of blood going down his back when they finally got that thing out of him.
Oh.
And like seeing it, like it was like the nails were trying to like hang on to his skin because like you could like as I'm pulling on my shirt right now, that's what the nails were doing to his back. Yeah, that literally happened right in front of me.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. At least you
Like,
were
I just remember thinking, oh, this is going to be another one of those where it's like, oh, there's like somebody they'll get suplexed on it, but it'll be like the wood part. They're not going to hit the actual nail part, or it's going to get scooted out of the way before anything happens. Nope, right on the damn nails.
At least you were live for the fork spot where it was just
Oh,
oh God. I still that still haunts my dreams. Just that video still haunts me. Just seeing I'm pretty sure it's on sale too. Like I'm pretty sure it was sold.
I have a clip, a little short on the YouTube channel that I kid you not got to like 11, 12,000 views in like 24 hours of like that whole like pulling on the.
Yeah.
I got like a close up of it and like, yeah, it was nasty. And I've
Oh.
been there for like no rope barbed wire matches.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't wince as much during those as I did that moment. That was something. Now, good lord, I can go on about crazy moments I've seen, but Lord knows I'm trying to lose a few pounds, but I'm a foodie. I love food. If I were to get up there to the Maritimes, where is a place that I gotta go to?
Anywhere in the Maritimes or a certain province?
Anywhere.
And ooh. Uh, for me, like I always need specifics on that. What's like your like what food do you typically love to eat? Like what's your usual typical favorite food?
Okay, for me, I'm not a picky eater, but I do enjoy, like in particular, I'm a burger guy and like kind of I guess stereotypical air quotes bar food. That's a lot of
Okay.
what I like. Or
I would
or
say probably sports
or
rock.
okay, okay.
I would
Or Italian food is another favorite of mine. Although
Gustos. If you want Italian, go to Gusto's. Like depending on how expensive you want it. Like if you want like it's really good. But like Gusto's is really nice. Baton Rouge is really nice too. Like I had one of their burgers there, delicious. Like that's a good place to go. Like you said, Sports Rock, St. Louis, those places.
Okay.
That's
Awesome.
where to go.
Yeah, like when it comes to Italian food, my wife always tells me, especially if it's a place that we've frequented, she's like, you don't even need a damn menu. You know what you're getting. I'm like, yeah, because I'm a sucker for a good lasagna.
Oh,
I
man.
can't help myself. All right. Now, behind me, I have, one big hobby of mine, collecting, action figures and that sort of stuff. What is a hobby the both of you guys have, if any? Because I know everything with wrestling can take up quite a bit of time.
If he was to scoot over, we'd show we have some
I
stuff.
can kind of see a little bit.
Yeah.
So we are collectors as well. Like I collect most like wrestling stuff, and if not, I collect Funko Pops. I collect like usually like Marvel, Star Wars, anime, or WWE Funkos, and
Okay.
Same here. Like action figures, like mainly Funko Pops. I like getting a couple DVDs every now and then. Like not technically for collection, but I mean it might as well be considered collection. But
Yeah.
that's mainly like wrestling figures, Funko Pops. Like Funkos, like can alternate from anything that I like that I think looks cool.
No, yeah. No, I definitely, Funko Pops, I've definitely done a lot of those. The only ones I tend to keep that I end to take out of the box are for like people that have passed on. Is like I'm not going to be getting those signed. Like one of my personal favorites that I have up here, Bam Bam Bigelow.
ooh.
Yeah, I'm looking. There's two that I'm looking for that I haven't been able to find much of, but Bray Wyatt, one like Funko and action figure. I'm a huge Bray Wyatt guy. When it comes to
Love it.
but Funko Pops, I actually do have a few signed ones. Growing up, it was always pro wrestling and Ninja Turtles for me. That was like my thing, and like I got raised on like the original cartoon. I
Mhm.
met the voice behind Michelangelo from the original cartoon.
Oh, okay.
As soon as this comes out, we have to screen record that and show that to the owner of North Pro. He's obsessed with
He's
Ninja Turtles.
obsessed. He has a collection just of Ninja Turtles.
He has a tattoo of like the Ninja Turtles on his leg too. Like
Oh, like I out of the Universal Monster mashups that they have, I have all but two. I'm only missing two. But the same convention I met the voice of Michelangelo. Those first two movies back in the '90s, I
Mhm.
met the guy behind Splinter.
Oh,
oh,
nice.
But you mentioned Marvel. I actually, well, he's since passed, but a guy that was like a former bigwig, Jim Shooter, got a Captain America one signed by him. And then this guy has since passed. Actually, he passed like a couple months after I met him. But Jason David Frank signed Green Ranger one.
Mm. Oh.
Yeah, like, but most of my autographed ones are all wrestling ones. Like I got Jeff Cobb, Lance Archer. Uh, I got two from Matt Cardona. I got Danhausen. Danhausen was, oh damn. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can get that one down without knocking some shit down here. Oh, there we go. He even did a little art there on it.
Oh, that's sick.
that's awesome.
Yeah. I'll get back up there. Ah, shit. Knock some stuff down. Oh well. But I've also got one of the MLW figures signed by uh, Cruel, Mads Cruel Kruger. Dude,
Okay.
when
Isn't he the MLW champion right now?
I believe so, yeah, he
Yeah, I think he's
just recently won that. Yeah. But I met him at a show for a promotion called Wrestling Revolver. And I'm telling you, dude, walking up to him in the meet and greet line, you you see guys that is like, holy shit, like intimidating looking son of a bitch. Him very much that. Like you see all the Contra stuff in MLW, you see the matches he's done. Like, oh god, I remember one that he did against a favorite of mine, Matt Tremont, a buried alive match. I'm like, oh god, that guy. You talk about monsters in professional wrestling. Cruel that. All right. Before I get on another big tangent there, with the name of a show like I have, I feel like I have to ask this one. Favorite drink, alcoholic or otherwise, or both?
Alpine, Alexander Keeves, Budweiser, Michelob. I could go on and on. Any beer.
Hey,
Well, probably Michelob for me. Secondary, probably Miller.
okay.
You love Disaronno too.
Oh, and this Toronto, yeah. Oh, I love that.
I'm I'm a huge fan of Stone Cold's Broken Skull American Lager.
Mm,
I don't
You,
think we have access to that.
no, we don't.
you know what? That I didn't find until I was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I looked up and there was a grocery store near the hotel. So I was like, I grabbed the last 4 pack of it. But the closest place they have it to me right now is like 2.5, 3 hours away.
Okay. The closest thing we have to something like that is the Trailer Park Boys drinks.
Yeah.
I've heard about those.
Mm.
Yeah. I haven't tried any out myself. My dad has. He says they're okay.
I mean, Stone Cold stuff, it's like, with the guy with the name that he has and the reputation that he has, if he's gonna put his
Mm.
name behind a beer, it's gonna be freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not
I
gonna
really
put.
want to try them out now.
Oh, it's good. He also has the IPA, and like I'm not so much into IPAs, but that's one I'll do.
There's even a guy that like wrestles like around here mainly for like IHW and the company in Fredericton. But he works for a radio station, and one of his buddies works at I think a brewing company, and he had a beer made and had a label with his face on it. And I
Ew.
still want it. I still want one. So, Shano, if you're ever listening to this podcast, I would still really love a beer with your face on it.
Dude, that's still like bucket list for me. Like, if I can accomplish one thing for the show, I don't care if my face is on it, but like my show's logo or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One of the two. If I can get that, dude, I'm happy as anything right there. I'm on a damn mission now. I'm literally on a damn mission now to make that happen. I don't know how the hell it's gonna happen, but gonna do it. All right. Last but not least here, best advice you guys have for anybody wanting to get into wrestling.
I would say probably be ready to work your butt off because it's not as easy as you think it is.
I've gotten a
Because
little bit of it.
a lot of people think it's easy. Like we had somebody that was like a big he was a power lifter.
Mm.
He came to like one training and after like maybe 30 minutes of it, he was like, I don't know how you guys can do this. Like it's not as easy as it looks. Just be prepared, be mentally and physically prepared.
Expect the unexpected too.
Yeah.
You
Oh
never
yeah.
know what will pop up. My first ever professional wrestling match was gifted to me when I was at work. I was working my real job. I got a text that said, "Oh, by the way, just so you know, you're wrestling this match tomorrow." I'm like, "What?" So always expect the unexpected. Always be like you said, always like be prepared. Expect the unexpected. That's all I can say. And trust in a good school
Mm,
with good people who will take care of you and teach you like the correct things in professional wrestling.
for sure. Yeah. No, definitely need the proper training. But yeah, I've had a little bit of a taste of the training when a promotion here local to me, like a while back, did a pro wrestling boot camp. And I'm like, oh, this will be fun. And yeah, I was walking funny for about a week after that, like hunched
Yeah.
over and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sometimes, honestly, being a wrestler, you'll wake up the next day or go to bed. You'll go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and you'll see a bruise, and you're like, "When did I get this?"
I can I can imagine that. Yeah.
And it's mostly hard when you do like a 4 day tour.
Mm,
Like we did that this summer and like the next day our bodies were just demolished.
We're
Like
exhausted.
we were not like, like, we're used to having like, one or two shows per weekend, whatever, but this one was like a 4 day and I was like, okay, it's not gonna be that bad. Then Monday morning, it was rough.
I
Yeah.
can imagine. I can
I had
imagine.
to go to work that morning and then go to a wrestling show.
Oh, gee,
Like that it's hard sometimes. It really is.
I can
Like
imagine.
drives to like back when we lived in Moncton, sometimes we would go and have to drive like 4 hours to get to a show. It would end at like 10, set like we'd be done tearing down everything at like 11. We'd be back home by like 3 and be tired. It's not
Yeah.
easy. Really not.
Yep. Nope. I've been friends with a lot of guys here local to me that, yeah, no, I've heard some stories. Definitely. Now,
But fun stuff does happen.
mm,
Mhm.
You get some good memories out of it.
oh, yeah. No, I like not the active in ring side of stuff, but, wrestling has definitely provided me with some good memories. Like, oh, God, the one time I've been able to do commentary so far, the one half of the main event was former New Japan ROH star Cheeseburger. That was fun, and I actually my 300th episode was Cheeseburger, and I got him on from being in that show, so that was fun. And the podcast has definitely given me some good memories. Like I had former Ring of Honor 6-man tag champ Dutch, part of the Righteous, and like I hadn't. I guess I remember I hadn't heard about one of the friendships of his until I went and I posted about the episode. And on my way home from work, all of a sudden there's a Twitter alert. I check it. I about dropped my phone because it was well, the now late great Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
And I'm like, I immediately messaged Dutch back and I'm like, "You're friends with Bray Wyatt?" And he told me the whole thing. I'm like, that explains so much right now. Because I'm like, holy shit, Bray Wyatt likes something about my show. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to see Bray Wyatt perform twice, though, in person. Once at
Nice.
a, once at a WWE live event, and once at a Raw taping, a Raw show in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Like, I didn't really think of anything like that back then, but now, like, I am so fortunate to have seen him perform.
Oh yeah. I I'm trying to think if I ever actually got to see him live. I think there was one show where they had a one of the Firefly Funhouse uh promos that they
Oh, okay.
did during
Yeah, those
the
were fun. Those were
I
fun to
gotta
watch.
I gotta see that, but I don't think he was actually there, which kind of bums me out a little bit. But yeah, it's all good.
Might have been, could it have been when they were still teasing the Fiend, or would it have been like after the Fiend had debuted?
I'm wanting to say it was after.
Okay,
Or
Maybe
I'm
when Bliss was taking over for a bit.
maybe.
'Cause I know Bliss did a couple of episodes without Bray.
Yeah, she did a couple by herself.
yeah, it was
I
definitely
didn't
before
realize.
her, though. I
Oh, it
do
was before
remember that.
her? Okay.
Okay,
Because
it
I
was
think
probably a build up. I would assume it was probably like a build up, like storyline build up. I'd assume probably.
maybe I do remember that same night there was the thing where Kevin Owens was, him and the New Day, and they're thinking like, oh, he was coming out with the New Day, and then he turns on him that night. Yeah, that happened. I was there. That was funny. I'm a Kevin Owens guy, anyways. I
Yeah,
I
Kevin.
I about like almost literally ran into him once at Disney World of all places. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Like I remember I bent down to like tie my shoe or something, and I'm getting back up, like from me to this, all of a sudden I'm looking up, and the first thing I notice is that T-Rex skull tattoo on his arm, and then I'm like, wait a damn minute, and I look up and I'm like, holy shit! But he was with his family, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like if we were in the parking lot. Oh, totally, I'm getting a damn picture. If we were in the damn parking lot, but in the middle of the park, I'm like, it's just gonna cause a scene, and he's with his family. I don't want to mess with family time.
Mm-hmm.
But there I go, going on another tangent. All right. Before we go here, where can people find you guys social media wise? So if they don't already have their eyes on either of you, they can go ahead and get them there.
It's pretty simple. Instagram, it's Leblanc underscore AWOL.
Mine's McGrath underscore AWOL. We also have an AWOL tag team account. Just you can always look up AWOL tag Maritime Tag Team Wrestling on YouTube. Watch some of our matches there. Just anything from that search, that's where you can find us.
All right. We'll definitely get all of that in the description. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to talk to me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, and you guys are welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll get Ricky Mortis to do another appearance like behind us too.
Yeah.
We live with him. It's fine.
Yeah. Now my issue with this damn fucking button.